And I'm with Blake from Foreign Policy.
Hi, I'm Blake Hounshell. I'm the managing editor at Foreign Policy. I live and work here in Doha, and I was in Egypt during the revolution. I was there to see Hosni Mubarak step down, and it's amazing to be here in Doha with all these people from all over the Arab world and people who follow the Arab world closely here at the Aljazeera Forum. There are people here from all political persuasions, old school Nasserists, leftists, Islamists, liberals. Everybody's here. People who support the ruling monarchies of the Gulf. It's a real hodgepodge, and it's fascinating to see all these people here in one place talking about these amazing events of the last few months.
When did you get back from Egypt?
I came back the Sunday after Mubarak stepped down.
Okay, so you've probably been following developments there. What's your take on the way things are headed at the moment?
Well, there are good signs and there are worrisome signs. I think in the last few days it's become pretty clear that there's a real counter-revolution underway. The remnants of the old regime are stirring up trouble and trying to make the case that all these activists are ruining the country and heading things toward the abyss. So I'm concerned that there's not a real sign of leadership from either the government or the army.
Talking about the army, what do you think about the role the military's played up to now and going forward? How things would pan out?
Yeah, we have to remember that the army, there's a slogan that people chanted during the revolution, the army and the people are one hand. But I think that's a little misleading. I think the army is looking out for its own interests. And the army is very slow to move. They're reactive. They're not thinking proactively about how can we really meet people's demands and provide stability through democracy. I think they're still thinking along the same old lines as the Mubarak regime was.
You said you're living in Qatar at the moment. I just got an email a day or two ago that I think it's the British and American warning their nationals about protests in Qatar. Do you see that happening? How does Qatar sit with the rest of other countries in the Gulf?
I see close to zero chance of protests in Qatar. I think most people here are pretty satisfied with the way things are going. There might be some grumblings about property deals or the way that the government handles relations with Israel and the West. There might be some complaints about the U.S. airbase here. But I think generally speaking, people feel like the government is going in the right direction and they're proud of things like winning the World Cup bid. They're proud of all the development they see. Maybe it's happening too fast for some people, but that doesn't mean that people are going to take to the streets.
Thanks so much for your time. This is probably going to be up on our website. That's aljazeera.net/English.
Looking forward to it.